What's up, guys? Here we have a intake manifold from my old S2000. I have a bunch of spare parts left over. So this is an option. This is an option, even though it's not a bolt-on, as I have a K24, and as we know, this is a F20C intake manifold for S2000, which this right here. This section right here would have to be cut off. This has to be cut off, as well as this. And you would need an adapter plate. So this is option one. I don't know if I have a fuel rail, but I don't think I do, because I polished the one I had and I sold my S2000. But this is definitely an option. I ported the throttle body section out. I think I ran a 70 millimeter on my old setup in my 2000. But I'm gonna explore a few more options, and I may not go with the most budget friendly at this point with this setup, because the fuel rail and stock injectors from my K24, which I will be using, doesn't necessarily fit on this manifold. So that is something I'm thinking about. So I ended up going with the Kmiata manifold, intake manifold. I caught a great deal from a guy that was located in California. I guess he decided not to go through his swap, brand new. He sent me everything on a box that came with all the hardware, gaskets, and everything for $475. So that was one of the main reasons I ended up going with this. I know that Kmiata, due to COVID and everything, the price increase, I think it's at $565, not including tax or shipping. Therefore, this was it was a sweet deal. I know that I could have went a cheaper route, as I told you guys, with the adapter and the S2000 manifold, but I took into consideration all the time and how time consuming that route was going to be, and how I still want to utilize a lot of my stock components, or at least to get the car started, because I'm sure that I'm gonna have to upgrade the fuel rail and various other stuff. But as long as most of the components that was on a stock K, this manifold was designed to kind of replicate it. So except that it's facing this way instead of the other manifold facing this way. But yes, I went with the Kmiata. Guys, I'm not sure because I don't have a lot of followers, but Kmiata, if you see this, I'm a big fan of you guys' products. I have the plate, I've got the flywheel, I've got a lot of stuff. Still got a lot of stuff that I have to order from you guys. I'm not sponsored by Kmiata, but I'm most likely trying to do the swap the right way and guide whoever is going to try to attempt the swap to do it the right way, because I don't like taking shortcuts and then having to go back and fix it. But yes, guys, as you can see, I got this little coil pack cover custom made. That is my Instagram handle, Twitter handle, and YouTube handle, Frank the Tank 1. But the channel is definitely dedicated towards all the car stuff I do. My Instagram, I do have a life outside of trying to build cars or crazy projects. So, I'm a supercar fanatic, but I'm not all about cars. I'm a regular human that likes various other things, not just cars. Just a heads up, just in case you guys are going to follow me. But yes, as you guys can see, my next step is I'm going to try to get the car into the garage. My Datsun, my yellow one, is there. It's missing an e-brake cable. I'm trying to order that so I can get the car actually running and out of here. But yeah, guys, this is another piece to the puzzle. My next problem, or not problem, because they're not really problems, but things I need to find solutions for, is I don't know if I'm gonna go turbo or not. I've been reading that turbo also comes with a lot of headaches, a lot of maintenance. I also been reading that these engines are good for anything under 500 horsepower, will still be very, very reliable. As you know, I had a supercharged S2000. That was pretty reliable, did not give me a lot of problems. But the reason that I don't know whether I want to keep it naturally aspirated or motor is because I don't think I have the necessary space on this side. I've noticed that the motor, if you guys can see, the motor, the transmission is straight. So the motor will keep that little tilt that it usually has in the stock TSX, where it tilts this way. I don't know if you guys can see my hand, but it's definitely tilting a little bit this way. And when it sits inside the car, I'm sure this side on the driver's side is definitely going to clear, but I'm not too sure if I have enough space to clear the headers. Or I know that there's not a lot of options for headers out there for the rear wheel drive. I know PLM makes one, but that was made with the S2000 chassis in mind. Therefore, you know, I'm sure that the S2000 chassis has a lot of space. But, you know, that's going to be another problem I'm going to have to tackle or find a solution for. And I'm working on getting the coolant. I seen that there's a few, if y'all guys have any companies that make a decent water net coolant, I know that there's a few that even they kind of like make it this way because it has to be routed that way anyways. But if you guys have anybody, any company that makes them, you can drop a link. I appreciate it. But yes, guys, we are